हरे शरणम् रामानुज गुरोः पुत्रम् वात्सल्यादिगुणार्णवम् नारायण गुरुं वन्दे नारायण गुरुं वन्दे द्राविडान्नाय देशिकम् नारायण गुरुं वन्दे द्राविडान्नाय देशिकम् श्रीशैले जदया पात्रम् धीभक्त्यादिगुणार्णवम् श्रीशैलेश दया पात्रम् धीभक्त्यादिगुणार्णवम् यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्य जामातरं मुनिं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्य जामातरं मुनिं रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम् यो नित्यमच्युत पदाम्बुजयुग्मरुग्म व्यामोहतः यो नित्यमच्युत पदाम्बुज युग्मरुग्म व्यामोहतः तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणौ प्रपद्ये अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणौ प्रपद्ये रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणौ प्रपद्ये भूतं सरस्य महतायाह्वय पट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसार कुलशेखर योगी भक्ताग्रिरेणु भक्ताग्रिरेणु परकालयतीन्द्रमिश्रा श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम् भक्तामृतं विश्वजनानुमोदनम् सर्वात्तदं श्रीषट्कोपवाङ्मयम् सहस्रशाखोपनिषत्समागमम् सहस्रशाखोपनिषत्समागमम् नमाम्यहं द्राविडवेदसागरम् अहं नमामि द्राविडवेदसागरम् नमामि
श्रीनिवासेति श्रेष्ठतया वाहत्रं गुणान्वितः कौशिकोऽन्तरङ्गार्य चिरं विजेतां भुवि न्यस्तात्मीयपरं वरप्रदगुरौ वैराग्यभाग्योरसौ वेदान्तार्थसारवन्तमनघात् श्रीनिवासात् गुरोः श्रीशैलान्वयकौस्तुभस्यतनयं श्रेयोनिधे श्रीनिधेः वन्दे साधुकटाक्षगलिलिं श्रीकृष्णसद्देशिकम् श्रीनारायण योगीन्द्र वरदारकृपाश्रयं केशपादगतं श्रीनिवासमुनिं भजे व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं जगतेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुखतातं तपोनिधिं पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि गीते यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ता शेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहं यामुनेयं नमामि तं यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मव्यामोहतस्तरितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दैकसिन्धो रामानुजस्य शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। rAmAnuja namaha. Shri Krishna Parabrahmane namaha. Offering my pranamams to all the Bhagavatas in this study circle, I shall resume the next session. In the previous class, we studied the shlokas 26 and 27 of chapter 8, where Krishna is teaching Arjuna of Gati Chintana for an upasaka. And the two gatis that are told as per the Shruti, Shukla Krishne gati hyade jagatas shashvate mate ekaya yati anavritim anyaya vartate punaha naite sati parthajanan yogi mukhyati kaschana tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yogayukto bhavarjuna. Sarveshu kaleshu yogayukto bhavarjuna. Sarveshu kaleshu means wherever at the time of upasana, that is a specific time is dedicated for doing upasana every day, and during that time Gati Chintana also has to be done. Gati Chintana is an accessory or anga to upasana. It is also told in the Shrutis. So that is the reason why Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna means Bhashya is Yetavo Margo Janana Yogi Prayanakale Kaschana na mukhyati apitu svenaiva devayanena patha yati tasmat aharaha archiradi gatijintanakhya yoga yukto bhava. So yoga yukto bhava is yoga is which is called as archiradi gatichintana, that itself is the yoga, and which is an accessory to upasana, that is told here. So any yogi who has known about these paths will not get deluded at the time of departure from the body. On the other hand, he will depart by the Archiradi Marga. So one who contemplates on the Archiradi Gati as an accessory to Upasana, he will go by the Archiradi Marga through Bhagavad Anugraha. That was told. So now the phala of the two adhyayas, 7th and the 8th chapters, is going to be told in the last shloka of the 8th chapter. Atha adhyaya dvayodita shastrartha vedana phalamaha. So the fruit of, though it doesn't specifically say two chapters, that is Bhashyakara's mata, that the Bhashya says clearly, Adhyaya Dvayodita Shastrartha Vedana Phalamaha. the Shastrarthas that were told in these two chapters, knowing that, the benefit of that, knowing this great truth, the Shastrarthas, what is the benefit of that? Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva danecha yat punyapalam pradishtam. Atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam. Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu daneshu cha yat punyapalam pradishtam tat sarvam idam viditva yogi adyam param sthanam upaiti. That is the Anvaya. Vedeshu means in the Vedas, Yajneshu in sacrifices, Yajna Yagadis, Tapassu, penance and other things, Daneshu, Dana, donation, Cha Yat Punyapalam Pradishtam, whatever, and Cha means in any other things, such as those already told. Whatever virtuous benefits, punya phalas or fruits are told in Shastra, tat sarvam, all those, idam viditva atyeti, one exceeds or transcends having known this. Yogi adyam param sthanam upaiti, being a jnani, he attains the eternal and the most exalted supreme abode. Param sthanam means supreme abode. He attains. The Bhashya is Rigyajus Samatharva Rupa Yajna Tapodana Prabhritishu Sarveshu Punyeshu Yat Phalam Nirdishtam Idam Adhyaya Dvayoditam Bhagavan Mahatmyam Viditva Tat Sarvam Atyeti Yetad Vedana Sukhati Rekena Tat Sarvam Trinavat Manyate Yogi Jnani Cha Bhutva Jnaninaha Prapyam Param Adyam Sthanam Upaiti. Rigyajusama Atharva Rupa Vedabhyasa Yajna Tapo Dana Prabhritishu Sarveshu Punyeshu Yat Phalam Nirdishtam. Whatever fruits are told for those who study the Vedas, Vedabhyasa, in four forms such as Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. The Vedas which are existing in four forms, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharva Veda. Whatever benefits or fruits are told for those who study them, Vedabhyasa, and Yajna, those who perform sacrifices, Tapodana, tapas, penance, dana, donation, prabhutishu, and such entire set of meritorious deeds. Sarveshu punyeshu yat phalam. All the punya karyas that are told, whatever the punya, the fruits are told from all those, having known the greatness of Bhagavan as told in these two chapters, Adhyaya Dvayoritam Bhagavan Mahatmyam Viditva. That Sarvam Atyeti means due to the, what is the meaning of Sarvam Atyeti is very significantly explained here. Etad Vedana Sukhati Rekena Tat Sarvam Trinavat Manyate. Due to the unparalleled joy that ensues from knowing this, he treats everything else as negligible and equal to Trina, grass. Yogi Jnani Cha Bhutva. Yogi means becoming a Jnani. He attains the abode which is Jnaninaha Prapyam, attainable by a Jnani. Param Adyam Sthanam is beginningless and most supreme, which is attainable by a Jnani. So that is the Bhashya. Rigyajusama Atharva Veda. The word Vedeshu indicates that just like sacrifices, yajna, yaga, etc., even for Vedabhyasa, benefits are there. Vedabhyasa itself its benefits. It is well known from the Shrutis that Vedabhyasa leads to destruction of calamities. There are a lot of prayashchitas, achidra and other Prashnas or Parayana of that is done regularly. Ashwamedha, Prashna Parayana is done. And in this, it is also told that by doing Abhyasa Para Dhyana itself, it becomes as equivalent to performing those yagas. Yang yang kratumadhi te tena tena syeshtam bhavati. Whichever kratu, yajna, that portions one does adhyana, it will become as if he has performed that. So all those fruits or benefits are told. So Vedabhyasa, that is why Vedeshu means Rugyaju Sama Dharvarupa Vedabhyasa. It is the commentary for that. And Yajna Tapodana Prabhutishu Dane Cha, the word Cha in Mula indicates anything else which is not specifically mentioned here. But it is according to Shastra, that is also included here. And Adhyaya Dvayoditam Bhagavan Mahatmyam Viditva Tat Sarvam Atyeti. It's a very significant explanation for this. Starting with the 7th chapter, the greatness of Bhagavan is told because other aspects are associated with that. Everything in these 2 chapters talk of the greatness of Bhagavan only. Even everything that is told associated with the Bhagavan Mahatmya is also Bhagavan Mahatmya only. So it is summarized as one word, Bhagavan Mahatmyam Viditva. So that is indicated like that. Adhyaya Dvayoditam. And the meaning of Atyeti Tat Sarvam. Atyeti Tat Sarvam is very significant here. There are, in the shloka, if we see, Atyeti Tat Sarvamidam Param Sthanam Upaiti. There are 2 things told here. Param Sthanam Upaiti, Tat Sarvam Atyeti. So Tat Sarvam Atyeti has to be explained very carefully and according to the context. It cannot be the direct benefit of Yoga Anusthana, etc., because that Yoga Anusthana direct benefit is told as Paramasthana Prapti, Param Sthanam Upaiti. And it is not increased Punya Phala Prapti. What is told in Vedeshu, Yajnashu, is it Atyeti Tat Sarvam means more Punya than what one gets from Vedabhyasa and other things. It cannot be, because it is not mere getting rid of samsara, because the Punya Phala may indicate both Punya and Papas, both are bandhakas. So it cannot be just increased Punya Phala. Considering all these, the meaning given is Virakti, which comes from such knowledge of discrimination, Viveka Jnana, between yoga told here and everything else, such as Vedabhyasa, etc. So the yoga told here is about Bhagavan, and that generates Virakti. Knowing the Bhagavan Mahatmya told here, it generates Virakti, and because of the Viveka Jnana, losing complete interest in all benefits other than attaining moksha, attaining Bhagavan. So Bhashya is, and why is it so? It gives immense joy, Sukhati Rekena. By knowing such Bhagavan Mahatmya told in these 2 chapters, one gets immense joy. And because of that, everything else one treats as if it is very meager and equal to grass. Trunavate. So the incomparable joy that ensues by realizing the greatness of Bhagavan, taught in these 2 chapters, he treats everything else as negligible. And there is also a sampradaya of doing these 2 adhyayas, parayanam of these 2 adhyayas every day, 7th and 8th chapters. And 9th chapter also is included. So these 2 chapters are specifically, the sampradaya exists, that there is a parayanam is being done of these 2 chapters every day. Yogi Jnani cha bhutva jnaninah prapyam param adyam sthana upaiti. Knowing the greatness of Paramatman leads to attainment of param sthanam through the specific knowledge taught here, the Vishesha Jnana told here. So the word yogi is commented as jnani cha bhutva. Yogi param sthanam means yogi bhutva, jnani bhutva param sthanam upaiti. So the benefits of Vedabhyasa and others are also good only, but they are not eternal. One realizes that those fruits are impermanent, and then becomes steadfast in bhakti yoga. So the benefits thus obtained is the bhava. And the meaning of param in param sthanam is deshakala yoga adibihi paratvam. Desha paratva, kala paratva, everything. So that is why it is told as paramapada prapti, vaikuntha. As per the pramanas, aditya varnam tamasat parastat, tadakshare parame vyoman, parama vyoma, it is told. Aditya varnam tamasat parastat, which is beyond the prakriti mandala. So desha yoga, kala yoga, in both these aspects it is got paratvam, it is above everything else. Divyam sthanam ajaram cha prameyam. That is also told in Mahabharata. Ete vai nirayastata sthanasya paramatmanaha. So all the other niraya is naraka, hell. So all the other swarga and other benefits that are obtained, they are all equivalent to hell compared to Paramapada. It is told, Ete vai nirayaha sthanasya paramatmanaha. So that is the meaning of param sthanam. And meaning of adyam is given as anadi, that is beginningless. So that is the phala that is told, knowing the greatness of Bhagavan as taught in these two chapters. So with that we come to the end of the 8th chapter. Om Tatsariti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Akshara Parabrahma Yogo Nama Ashtamodhyayah Samaptaha. Atha Naumodhyayah. The beginning of the 9th chapter, there is a brief prelude. Upasaka Bheda Nibandhana Visheshaha Pratipaditaha. Idanim Upasyasya Paramapurushasya Mahatmyam Jnaninam Visheshancha Vishodhya Bhakti Rupasya Upasanasya Swarupa Muchyate. Upasaka Bheda Nibandhana Visheshaha, the distinguishing characteristics which differentiate the 4 types of seekers, Upasaka Bheda, were told, Nibandhana Visheshaha, Pratiparitaha. Now, Idanim, Upasyasya Paramapurushasya Mahatmyam. The greatness or eminence of Paramapurusha, the Supreme Person, who is the object of meditation, Jnaninam Visheshancha, and the distinction of Jnanis, which will be researched again, Vishodhya, Bhakti Swarupasya Upasanasya Swarupa Muchyate. In the nature of meditation, which is of the form of devotion or bhakti, is going to be told. So this 9th chapter in our Sampradaya establishes the Swarupa of bhakti, and that is explained in the most wonderful way in the Bhashya. Shri rAmAnuja, idantu te guhyatamam pravakshyami anasuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajnatva mokshase ashubhat. Idantu te guhyatamam pravakshyami anasuyave yat jnatva ashubhat mokshase guhyatamam vijnana sahitam jnanam anasuyave te pravakshyami. Knowing which, idantu shows that it is different and distinct from everything else told earlier. The word tu gives this a special meaning. Yat jnatva, knowing which, ashubhat mokshase, you will be released from all evil. Guhyatamam vijnana sahitam jnanam, that utmost secret or confidential teaching. Vijnana sahitam, along the specifics. Jnanam, that knowledge which is of the form of bhakti, devotional meditation. Anasuyave te pravakshyami, I will teach in detail, pravakshyami, prakarshena vakshyami, in detail to you, who is without any asuya or jealousy. Bhashya, Shri rAmAnuja, idantu te guhyatamam bhakti rupam upasanakyam jnanam vijnana sahitam upasanagata vishesha jnana sahitam anasuyave te pravakshyami. Mad vishayam sakaletara visajatiyam aparimita prakaram mahatmyam shutva एवमेव संभवति इति मन्वानाय ते प्रवक्ष्यामि इत्यर्थः। यज्ञानम् अनुष्ठानपर्यन्तं ज्ञात्वा मत्प्राप्तिविरोधिनः सर्वस्मात् अशुभात् मोक्ष्यसे. Bhashya is very clearly explaining the terms. Idantu te guhyatamam, guhya, guhyatara, guhyatama. It is in superlative. I will teach you in detail to you who is without any asuya this most confidential knowledge, guhyatama, the most secret knowledge. Bhakti Rupam Upasanakyam, which is of the nature of devotional meditation. Bhakti Rupa, and called as Upasana, Upasanakyam. It is called Upasana, Jnanam, Vijnana Sahitam, with the specifics needed for such Upasana. Vijnana means Upasanagata Vishesha Jnana. Vijnana Sahitam means Upasanagata Vishesha Jnana Sahitam. Whatever is required for that upasana, the specifics, the specific knowledge that is required, all those, along with all those things, I will teach you. Anasuyavete pravakshyami. Madvishayam sakaletara visijatiyam aparimita prakaram mahatmyam shrutva. What is this about? Having heard the greatness of this knowledge, which is concerning me, but madvishayam, having me as the object. Sakaletara visajatiyam, which is distinct and different from everything else. Aparimita prakaram mahatmyam, which is of immeasurable greatness, nature to you. And Shrutva, having heard, evameva sambhavati iti manvanaya te. You who will think that this will happen like this only, this is how it is. You will think like that. And that is why I am going to teach you. Yajnanam anusthaya paryantam jnatva. Yajnatva mokshase ashubhat. That has been commented even earlier. Jnana is anusthaya. Jnatva means anusthaya. Anusthaya paryantam jnatva. It is not mere jnana, but it is with practice, put into practice. You will get rid of, you are opposed to you attaining me. Sarvasmat mat prapti virodhinaha. Bhagavat prapti virodhi, whatever is there, ashubha, all the sins, you will be released from all those things. Sarvasmat ashubhat mokshase. And you will attain me. That is the meaning. The Sangati, this is the Sangati or contextual relation of the 9th chapter to the 8th chapter is established. According to Bhagavad Yamunacharya's Gita Artha Sangraha Shloka, that is Upasaka Bheda Nibandhana Visheshaha Pratiparitaha Idanim Upasyasya Paramapurushasya. So the Upasaka Bheda Nibandhana Visheshaha Pratiparitaha is a summary of earlier chapters. The current chapter, the connection is Upasyasya Paramapurushasya Mahatmyam Jnaninam Vishesham Cha Vishodhya Bhakti Rupasya Upasanasya Swarupam Uchyate. That is the context. Contextual connection between the previous and this chapter. This is according to Gita Artha Sangraha Shloka, which is told in by Bhashya. So Mahatmyam Manushyatve Paratvancha Mahatmanam Vishesho Navame Yogo Bhakti Rupa Prakirtitaha. The summary of the 9th chapter is given as So Mahatmyam Manushyatve Paratvancha Mahatmanam Vishesho Navame Yogo Bhakti Rupa Prakirtitaha. There are 4 aspects here. First one is Swamahatmyam, the greatness of Bhagavan, Krishna. Manushyatve Paratvam, being supreme while incarnating as a human. Mahatmanam Visheshaha, the greatness of Jnanis. Bhakti Rupaha Yogaha, that is the nature of Bhakti Yoga. Yoga which is of the form of Bhakti or devotion. That is Navame Prakirtitaha. That is being told in detail in the 9th chapter. Pravakshyami was told. Is there in the shloka. So the Gita Artha Sangraha also says Prakirtitaha. It is told in detail with all the necessary aspects that are related to that. So the main teaching of this chapter is nature of upasana, bhakti, swarupa. The word bhajana and upasana used in this chapter and other places is of the same, about the same. And so the word bhakti is only qualifying what is told in the Shruti as upasana. So bhakti means upasana only here. The nature of bhakti is decidedly told here. That is established by means of Swami Deshika notes in Tatparya for knowing whether 9th chapter establishes Bhakti Swarupa. How do we conclude that it establishes Bhakti Swarupa? There are 6 characteristics found, which based on which one can decide what is the Tatparya. Shadvida Tatparya Lingas, it's called. Upakramopasamhara Abhyaso Apurvata Phalam Arthavadopapatti cha Lingam Tatparya Nirnaye. Upakrama Upasamhara, that is one. Abhyasa is second one. Apurvata is the third one. Phala, fourth one. Arthavada is the fifth one. Upapatti is the sixth one. So in the beginning, Upakrama means in the beginning, Upasamhara in the end. The same subject has to be told. Abhyasa means that repeatedly it should be told in the context, in the chapter. Apurvata, something new has to be told, which is not told earlier. The phala, the fruit, the benefit of this has to be told. Arthavada, there has to be prashamsa vakyas. There has to be many times told about praising what is taught here. And upapatti, it has to be justified with logic, etc. So when all these things are found about bhakti in this chapter. So in the beginning, idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshyami. So this is a form of knowledge or jnana that is told. And in the end, the conclusion is manmanabhava madbhaktaha madhyaji mam namastu. So there also about bhakti is told. So beginning and end, it is talking about bhakti. In the chapter, the aspect of bhajana is told several times, which is called abhyasa. And the unique characteristics of bhakti not told earlier, which are told here, apurvata, that it is pratyaksha rupatva. Bhakti is pratyaksha rupatva. The object of meditation becomes directly perceivable. And Bhagavan says that directly himself here. Pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam susukham kartumavyam is going to be told in the next shloka. Niratishaya priyatva and kirtana, namaskara, these are all of the bhaktis of the form of all these. So all these are things which are not told earlier. So there is the apurvata about bhakti that is told here. And the terms Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, etc. And bhakti is also told as capable of achieving incomparable benefits by its very nature. The terms Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, which are going to be told, the praise, the extol bhakti, bhakti yoga, that is arthavada or prashamsa vakyas, it is Rajavidya, it is Rajaguhyam, like that. And the reasonableness of all these is justified through logic, etc. That is upapatti. And by all these, it is decided that the main teaching of this chapter is deciding the nature of bhakti, bhakti swarupa. Idantu te guhyatam. The word tu indicates this is superior to karma yoga and jnana yoga. Like it is told, esha tu va ativadati. Tu means something that is different and distinct from everything told earlier and superior to that. That's where this kind of usage comes. Idantu te pravakshami. So this is superior to karma yoga and jnana yoga, both. Te guhyatamam. The word guhyatamam is in superlative. It conveys several meanings here. Guhyatamam. It is that it has been kept highly confidential and it is the most secret teaching. Atyanta rahasya jnana. And that one should acquire. So because one should acquire this knowledge with utmost concentration, faith and devotion. So when something is being taught, suddenly if someone says, now I am going to talk about something which is most secret, extremely important, then catches the attention of the listener. So it is told it is to be acquired with utmost concentration, faith, and devotion. It attracts one's immediate attention, and it is a great secret. Also shows that it should be protected in the same way. It should be protected very carefully. So he's telling Arjuna also indirectly that I am going to teach you this Guhyatama, which you have to also protect with great care. One should not teach this to anyone and everyone. That is told in the end also by Krishna. Idante natapaskaya nabhaktaya kadachana nacha ashushrusha vachim nachamam yobhyasuyati. So a pupil who does not have these characteristics, you should not ashushrusha, one who is not interested in listening to this should not teach. Who is not devoted, doesn't do tapas, all these things. So it's very, very valuable. Bhukhyatama also shows that it is most valuable and capable of getting utmost benefits. So all these are meant by the word Bhukhyatamam. Bhakti Rupam Upasanakyam Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam. Upasanagata Vishesha Jnana Sahitam. So here Jnanam in Mula Shloka means Bhakti Rupam Upasanakyam Jnanam. It is not mere knowledge, but knowledge of the form of devotional meditation. Bhakti Rupa Upasana. Upasanakyam. It is called as Upasana. It is of the form of devotion and it is knowledge. Bhakti, Prapatti, all are Jnana only. Bhakti is not a Padartha. All these things are knowledge, Jnana. So it is a special Jnana, it is a Vishesha Jnana. It is called Upasana and it is of the form of devotion, Bhakti. Vijnana Sahitam is commented as Upasanagata Vishesha Jnana Sahitam. The special various aspects or specifics of Upasana. Jnana and Vijnana are to be taken as per the context again. Earlier also the words were used, Jnanam Teham Savijnanam Vidam Vakshyam Yasheshataha, in the 7th chapter, where Jnanam means the knowledge of Paramatma Swarupa, essential nature of Paramatman. And Vijnanam is the various unique attributes of Paramatman, Visheshana Jnana. So here it is about Upasana. Anasuyave te pravakshami madvishayam sakaletara visajatiyam aparimita prakaram mahatmyam shutva evameva sambhavati iti manvanaya te pravakshami ityarthaha. As told in Idante natapaskaya nabhaktaya kadachana nacha ashushrushavе vachyam nachamam yobhyasuyati. Whoever who should not tell is told na atapaskaya, one who does not have tapas, na abhaktaya, one who does not have devotion, nacha ashushrushaveh, shushrusha is shrotum ichha, one who is not interested in listening to that should not tell. And finally, nachamam yobhya suyati, that is told in a separate set, means it is nacha. That word cha there means it is commented later, we will see that as the 18th chapter it comes. Cha means you should never tell like that. So one who is jealous should never be told. Asuya is gune doshatva buddhihi. When there is a good quality, one who sees fault in that is asuya. So seeing defects in good quality, that is for such a person you should never teach. One who has asuya should never be taught, Krishna says. And because Arjuna does not have that, he sees guna in guna and not dosha. He doesn't see dosha in guna. So, and that is explained in the Bhashya. Evameva sambhavati iti manvanaya. If Krishna is telling me, it is about me, and it is sakaletara visajatiya, I am different and distinct from everybody, everything else. And I am telling you, I am the Lord, you have to meditate on me. Anybody might say, how can I believe that? They may get doubt, etc. But Arjuna does not have that kind of a doubt. He sees guna in guna. He sees that this is true. It will happen like this only. He has firm faith. Evameva sambhavati iti manvanaya. It is very true. What you are telling is true. And I believe in that. and he is that kind of a pupil. And so, because of that, I am telling you, Krishna says. Krishna knows that he does not, he sees guna in guna and firmly believes that. And that is explained wonderfully in the Bhashya. It is Madvishayam, Sakaletara Visajatiyam, Aparimita Prakaram Mahatmyam. Listening to such excellent characteristics of bhakti, Arjuna fully believes that it is true. Whether bhakti can get that Aparimita Prakaram Mahatmyam, it is immeasurable. Its greatness is immeasurable. So he is eligible to receive, Arjuna, this knowledge which is Guhyatama, and it is not mere teaching. Krishna says, Pravakshyami, Prakarshena Vakshyami. I'll teach you all the details, everything in depth, what is associated with that. So having heard Krishna say that Krishna is different and distinct from all sentient and non-sentient entities, Arjuna truly believes that it is true. And so he does not find fault. The eligibility of a student is decided based on his being anasuyu. It is told in Mahabharata also, Vidya Brahmanametyaha Shevadhistesmi Rakshamam Asuyakaya Mam Madaha Tathasyam Viryavatama. He says, Raksha, Mam Raksha. Vidya says, a Brahmana, that to protect me, don't give me to one who is jealous. Asuyakaya Mam Madaha Tathasyam Viryavatama. So that I am protected and maintained properly in its purest form. Nachamam Yobhyasuyati. The same thing was told here also. It will be told later in the last chapter. Yat jnanam anushtaya paryantam jnatva. So mere knowledge of the means is not sufficient. Yat jnatva mokshase means if you just know the jnana, is it enough to get liberation? It is not. Anusthana paryantam. It has to be put into practice. So mere knowledge is not sufficient to realize the fruits. The knowledge has to be applied in practice, and liberation is possible only through anusthana of upaya and not mere knowledge. So vakyartha jnana does not lead to moksha. Shruti says mantra shrutyam charamasi. Shrutyam is what we have heard from the mantras. Mantra shrutyam. We have heard from the mantras. Charamasi, we will put into practice. That is how it has to be done. So that is made clear here that it's not mere vakyartha jnana. Just mere listening or knowing is not enough. It has to be realized. It has to be experienced. It has to be put to practice. That is anusthana paryantam. Matprapti virodhinaha sarvasmat ashubhat mokshyase. The accessories such as karma yoga and jnana yoga, which were taught earlier, they help wash sins that are opposed to realizing bhakti. So that is, whatever is pratibandhaka to bhakti, those sins are removed from karma yoga, jnana yoga, etc. And while bhakti destroys all sins which are opposed to attaining Bhagavan himself, Bhagavat Prapti Virodhi, whatever is there. So Krishna is telling that Mat Prapti Virodhina Sarvasmat Ashubhat. The word Ashubha also includes punya or good deeds with which one gets Svarga, etc. That's why it was told Vedeshu Daneshu Atyeti Tat Sarvamidam. So, also pratibandhakas, they are all also obstacles to attaining liberation. Punya, papa, both are obstacles. The virodhiya means all the obstructions are included in Ashubha, which are opposed to attaining Bhagavan. So that is clearly told in Shruti also. These are all as per Shruti, what is told in the Vedas. Tada vidwan punya pape vidhuya niranjanaha paramam sthanam upaiti. Vidwan, upasaka, punya pape vidhuya, having got rid of punya and papa both, paramam sthanam, paramam samyam upaiti. Parama samya pati is possible only after that. So that is explained in the Bhashya that way. Continuing to the second shloka, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitramidam Uttamam pravaksham pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam susukham kartum avyayam. Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, idam uttamam pavitram pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam kartum susukham avyayam. That is the greatness of Bhakta. It is Rajavidya. This is like the king among Vidyas. Rajaguhyam, the most eminent among those which are to be protected. Idam uttamam pavitram, being superior, it is the most excellent among the sacred. Pratyakshaavagamam can be perceived directly. Dharmyam never deviates from dharma. Kartum susukham, it is most enjoyable to practice. Avyayam, by nature it does not perish. Such is the knowledge of the form of devotion. The Bhashya is little detailed here. Raja Vidya means Vidyanam Raja. Raja Guhyam, Guhyanam Raja. Rajñam Vidyetiva Raja Vidya. Rajanohi Vistirna Agatha Manasaha. Mahamanasam Iyam Vidya Ityarthaha. Mahamanasa eva Gopaniya Gopana Kushala iti Teshameva Guhyam. Idam uttamam pavitram matprapti virodhi ashesha kalmashapaham. Pratyakshaavagamam avagamyate iti avagamo vishayaha. Pratyakshabhuto avagamo vishayo yasya jnanasya tat pratyakshaavagamam. Bhakti rupena upasanena upasyamanaha aham tadanimeva upasituhu pratyakshatam upagato bhavami ityartha. Tad athapi dharmyam dharmadanapetam dharmatvam hi nishreyasa sadhanatvam sarupenaiva atyartha priyatvena tadanimeva mad darshanapadanataya cha swayam nishreyasa rupamapi niratishaya nishreyasa rupa atyantika mat prapti sadhanam ityartha. Atayeva susukam kartum susukhopadana atyartha priyatvena upadeyam avyayam akshayam matpraptim sadhayitvapi swayam na kshiyate evam rupam upasanam kurvato matpradanam kritepi na kinchit kritam maya asya iti me pratibhati ityartha. Very beautifully explained in the Bhashya, the meaning of the shloka. Raja Vidya, Vidyanam Raja, Raja Guhyam, Guhyanam Raja. It is the king among Vidyas. Vidyanam Raja, it is like the king among Vidyas, means it is the most eminent knowledge. It is a king among mysteries. Guhyanam Raja. Among all the secret teachings, it is like the king. Rajñam Vidyetiva Raja Vidya. Or it is the knowledge possessed by kings. It can also be told like that. Kings are known to be having a mind that is vast and deep. Rajanohi vistirna agadha manasaha. Mahamanasam vidya ityarthaha. That means so it is the knowledge acquired by such great-minded people. Mahamanasa eva gopaniya gopana kushalaha iti teshameva guhyam. Great-minded ones are experts in protecting mysteries, and so it is the mystery owned by them. Gopaniya, Gopana, Kushalaha. What is to be protected, they know how to protect it. That is why it is their own. The mystery is owned by them, great-minded people. Idam uttamam pavitram mat prapti virodhi ashesha kalmashapaham. Pavitra means that which removes blemishes and that which purifies. So this vidya is pavitra because it destroys all sins which are opposed to attaining me. Krishna says, mat prapti virodhi ashesha kalmashapaham. All the sins, defects it will remove which are obstructing or opposed to attaining me. Pratyakshaavagamam. This is a very significant meaning explained here. Avagamo iti, avagamyate iti avagamo vishayaha. Avagama means it is the object, that is the vishaya, that is known. Pratyaksha bhuto avagamo vishayo yasya jnanasya tat pratyaksha avagamam. So pratyaksha avagama means the meaning of avagama is vishaya, that which is known, from which knowledge the object is directly perceivable. That knowledge is known as pratyaksha avagama. So pratyaksha avagama means about jnana, from which makes the object of that knowledge directly perceivable. That is told as pratyaksha avagamam. Bhakti rupena upasanena upasyamanoham tadanimeva upasituhu pratyakshatam upagato bhavami ityartah. So Krishna is also telling clearly, as explained in the Bhashya, that aham, I, who is being meditated, upasyamanaha, I am being meditated by bhakti rupena upasanena, through meditation which is filled with devotion, the form of devotion. Tadanimeva upasituhu pratyakshatam avagato bhavami. That instant itself, at that time of meditation itself, I am directly perceived by such meditator. That is the meaning. Athapi dharmyam. Even being so, it never deviates from dharma. Dharmad anapetam. Shreyasa sadhanatvam. The means being a means to attain moksha, parabrahma prapti, is its dharmatva. Swarupenaiva atyartha priyatvena tadanimeva maddarshanapadanataya cha swayam nishreyasa rupamapi niratishaya nishreyasa rupa atyantika matprapti sadhanam ityartaha. It is swayam nishreyasa rupam. By itself, it is of utmost benefit, of the nature of liberation by itself, swayam. Because tadanimeva maddarshana apadanataya, at that time during the practice of meditation itself, it makes the meditator perceive me directly. Because swarupenaiva atyartha priyatvena, by its very nature, it is most lovable, and it reveals me at the time of practice itself or during meditation itself. And because of that, by itself it is of the form of nishreyas, ultimate benefit. Nishreyas is ultimate benefit, that is liberation. It is to incomparable benefit which is attaining me completely. Swayam nishreyasa rupam api niratishaya nishreyasa rupa atyantika matprapti sadhanam. That is the ultimate matprapti sadhanam. It is niratishaya, which cannot be exceeded by anything else. Nishreyasa rupa atyantika, that is the ultimate benefit. That is, it is the means to that. Atayeva susukam kartum susukopadanam. For that reason only it is most enjoyable to perform. Atyartha priyatvena upadeyam. It is to be done because it is indescribably lovable. It is said bhakti, Vivekananda says it is, bhakti starts with love, progresses with love and culminates in love. So atyartha priyatvena upadeyam. Avyayam, akshayam, matpraptim sadhayitvapi swayam nakshiyate. It does not end even after making the seeker attain me. Even after having attained me, bhakti continues. Having given the benefit of attaining me, it still continues. It doesn't end. Akshayam, nakshiyate. Evam rupam upasanam kurvato matpradanam krite. For such a devotee who adopts such bhakti yoga or upasana, matpradanam kritepi, even in spite of having given him myself, nakinchit kritam maya asya iti me pratibhati ityartha. I feel done anything in return equal to what the meditator has done, the kind of love he has shown, the meditation, that loving meditation he has done. For that in return, what I have given, in spite of giving myself completely, I feel. I have not done anything in return. That is the meaning. That is explained most wonderfully in the Bhashya here. These are all the feelings of Acharya which we can see here. Raja Vidya, Vidyanam Raja. The greatness of this means which is of the form of devotion or bhakti compared to all other means is indicated by the word Raja Vidya. In order to remove any doubt that the word Raja is not about Kshatriya Varna, Kshatriyas, which would then give rise to the doubt whether Brahman, etc. It is explained as Vidyanam Raja. It is like the king among Vidyas. And the Bhashya, Rajñam Vidyayativa, indicates that the usage of Raja is in Gaunartha, it is in secondary sense, because that is explained in the Bhashya as Mahamanasam Vidya. So Raja, the kings are extolled for having great mind. Even in Raghuvamsha, the Raghunam Anvaham Pakshe Kalidasa says, Samudraiva Gambhirya. When they are explaining their characteristics, they are of great mind, very vast and deep. They are great-minded people. Mahamanasam Yam Vidya. So it is told as, that also can be taken like that. In the Gaunartha, Raja there. Mahamanasa eva gopaniya gopana kushala iti tesham eva guhyam. And pavitram, uttamam pavitram, mat prapti virodhi ashesha kalmashapaham. Pavitra, that we wear the pavitra also, that is for removing defects. So what is it is told as uttamam pavitram, it is the utmost purifying, because it removes all the defects which are obstructing the attainment of Bhagavan directly. Mat prapti virodhi ashesha kalmashapaham. So it is uttamam pavitram, it is told. Pratyaksha avagamam. This is a very significantly explained. Avagamyate iti avagamo vishayaha. This is like, it's a bahuvrihi samasa and karmani prayoga. Pratyaksha bhuto avagamo vishayaha yasya jnanasya. That is pratyaksha avagamam. That is how it is explained. This is not qualifying jnana, that knowledge which has pratyaksha vishaya, or an object that is directly perceived. Object of knowledge is directly perceived. That is called pratyaksha avagama. Meaning of avagama is vishaya, as explained. Avagamyate iti avagamo vishayaha. The object of that knowledge. Bhakti rupena upasanena upasyamanoham. Tadanimeva upasituhu pratyakshatam upagato bhavami. So there may be a doubt here. Upasana is smriti santati rupa. Santati is a continuous stream of remembrance. Smriti is of that form, continuous stream of remembrance or contemplation. The fact that it is a continuous stream indicates the object may not be directly seen. So how can it be called so? Bhagavan says directly that Bhakti Rupena Upasanena Aham Tadanimeva Pratyakshatam Upagato Bhavami. He assures that he reveals himself to the meditator who is so devotedly, lovingly meditating on him. And it is also told in this Shastra later, Bhaktyat Vananyaya Shakya Aham Ve Jnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapa. Bhaktya to ananyaya shakyah. I can be seen only, I can be attained only through bhakti, it is told. So that doubt is cleared by Bhagavan directly, that I will become pratyaksha to such a meditator. Athapi dharmyam. So by itself it is the phala. But it's also a means to another phala, which is moksha. Dharmad anapetam. Dharmatvam hi nishreyasa sadhanatvam. So the dharmatva is nishreyasa sadhanatva. So rupenaiva atyartha priyatvena. So the dhriti vachaka dhatu, the root is synonymous with priti, love. So from that, the word dharma is formed. And since the word is used without any limitation, according to Nighantu, Mukti Kaivalya Nirvana Shreyo Nishreyasa Amrutam, they are all synonyms, Paryaya Padas. It is explained as Niratishaya Nishreyasa Rupa. Shreya, Shreyas, Nishreyas, Amrita told as synonymous. Atayeva Susukham Kartum. Susukha Upadanam. Susukopadanam. So bhakti by nature is most favorable, and sukha, atyanta sukha, the object of devotion is also such. Bhakti yoga can be practiced with joy, that is the bhava. And during such loving meditation, it pleases the mind. Doing such meditation is itself pleases the mind. Because of knowing that pleases Bhagavan, also it causes immense joy. And like the karmas which have a definite end, the fruit of bhakti never ends. Even after moksha, bhakti continues. It never ends. It always stays like that. It exists forever. Whereas other karmas, they give the fruit and they go away. So the Mimamsakas call it as apurva. Let's say one does a Jyotishtoma yaga, it gives a phala and goes. And that phala he experiences. One that is over, one has to come back. Shine punye matyalokam vishanti. They have to come back here. So that punya ends there. And he has to again do vasante vasante jyotisha yajeta. Again and again one has to do Jyotishtoma yaga to get the same fruit if interested, like that. So they are all antavattu phalam tesham. It ends. But bhakti is told as akshayam. Matpraptim sadhayitvapi swayam na kshiyate. Even after making the seeker attain Bhagavan, it does not perish. It continues. It never ends. The fruit obtained from bhakti never ends, and bhakti also continues all the time. That is told as like that. So the greatness of the devotional meditation towards Lord is such that it enhances the greatness of Bhagavan also. So bhakti becomes celebrated because of Bhagavan. Bhagavan becomes celebrated due to the nature of bhakti. So both are mutually extolling each other. That is the bhava here. And he gives himself up completely, and still he feels he has not done anything. And Parashara Bhatta tells this in Sri Gunaratna Kosha also with respect to Taya, Sri Devi, as Aishwaryam Aksharagatim Paramam Padam Va Kasmaichid Anjali Bharam Vahate Vitirya Asmaina Kinchiduchitam Kritam Ityathamba Tum Lajjase Kathaya Koyam Udara Bhava. The Udara Bhava, his consort is like that Aishwaryam Aksharagatim Paramam Padam Va. That is told here, Aishwaryarthi Aksharayata Atmya Paramam Pada Jnani. Whatever it is, Kasmaichit, anyone who has Anjali Bharam Bhate, just does one Anjali, one Namaskara, Vitirya, having given all that, Asmaina Kinchit Uchitam Kritam, have not done equivalent to what the seeker has done, or what he has done. In return, what I have done is very meager, is what the divine couple think. That is explained like that. What is this Udara Bhava? He says, he exclaims. So that is the same thing told here by Bhashyakara here. Similar, Mat Pradhanam Kritepi na Kinchit Kritam Mayasya iti me pratibhati. So what Bhatta says reflects what Bhashyakara is told here. I have not done anything. Na Kinchit Kritam Maya. Nothing I have done, having given himself completely. That is what he feels. Continuing further, Ashraddha Dhana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapyamam Nivartante Mrityu Samsara Vartmani. Ashraddha Dhana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa. He Parantapa Asya Dharmasya Ashraddha Dhana Purusha Mam Aprapya Mrityu Samsara Vartmani Nivartante. Hey Arjuna, Asya dharmasya ashraddha dhanaha purushaha. People who do not have faith in this upasana, in Shraddha is explained as tvara, that is, they do not have an urgency in adopting this means and attaining me, or getting rid of samsara and attaining me. Mam aprapya mrityu samsara vatmani nivartante. They return to samsara, which is of the form of death, mrityu, samsara, without attaining me. Mam aprapya. Asya upasanaakhyasya dharmasya niratishaya priya mad vishayataya स्वयं निरतिशय प्रिय रूपस्य परम निश्रेय स्वरूप मत्प्राप्ति साधनस्य अव्ययस्य उपादान योग्य दशां प्राप्य अश्रद्धधानाः विश्वासपूर्वक त्वरा रहिताः पुरुषाः माम अप्राप्य मृत्युरूपे संसारवर्त्मनि नितरां वर्तन्ते अहो महदिदमाश्चर्यम् इत्यर्थः. Bhashyakara explains here the what Krishna is meaning, aprapya mam nivartante, and he says, aho mahadidam ascharyam. What a great surprise that they do not adopt this, do this bhakti is explained. Say the Bhashya, and we shall take up, we have come to the end of this session. We shall take up the study of this part of the and explanations in the next session. With that, I offer my pranamams to all the Bhagavatas in this satsanga and conclude today's Srimate rAmAnuja Namaha Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanam. Shall leave the class open for any questions. So if there are no questions, I shall conclude today's session. Srimate rAmAnuja Namaha Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanam.